Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Record and Comic Stack number 13. This is Comic Stack with Judah.
And Gabe.
Today, we're going to be digging into some great comics. We only have 5 issues this week, but we're going to talk about some news in the middle. And yes, you're correct. You're hearing my beautiful voice for the first time in a while. And I know that all 51 of you are very, very much missed me. And so you're glad that I returned. And Kirk's probably going to write some snarky dialogue over this if he has time to edit about how you didn't in fact miss me. But that being said, Gabe, you have anything to say before we dig into these comics? Or?
I don't think so. Just it was a pretty good week despite the few issues. They were solid.
Yeah, we did have a overall really excellent week. So digging into our first issue. I wonder why. Digging into our first issue, this is from DC Comics. We have Superman number 37 from writer Joshua Williamson and artist Dan Mora. Yep. And primetime continues, baby. This is fantastic.
It's primetime.
Yeah, but before I dig into my thoughts, I want to hear what Gabe thought about the issue.
I really liked it. I've really enjoyed all of the primetime issues so far. Just getting to see almost like what it would be like if a comic reader, like one of us, a fan, suddenly got superpowers and went into the DC universe. It's really interesting. What I really loved about this issue is that you see his desire for growth in it. You don't see the payoff of it, you don't see the success of it yet, but you see the desire and how much he just really wants to get better.
Yes.
And I think it was really well written, and of course the art is fabulous as always.
Yeah.
I would give it easily 4.5, 5 stars.
Yeah, the art is immaculate. Dan Mora is on fire. This art is fantastic. Joshua Williamson's writing is great because there's a big way that this could easily get bogged down and not be a character-centric thing, and it could just be a fun little, reprieve from having main Superman stuff and just, throwing stuff at the wall, which they're still doing, but it's centric to the character of Superboy Prime and how Williamson has developed him. And it's really well done. And we have some niche references, like Witchfire is going to be in the next issue.
Exciting.
I'm like, what? We had Manchester Black is manipulating things, but we kind of know that from the prior issue. And there's just a lot of stuff going on that I'm really excited about and really like from this book.
Yeah.
But writing was great. Art was fantastic. There's just a couple pages where I turned and I was like, whoa, And I don't think there's enough praise in this world for Dan Mora's art.
Definitely not.
But yeah, no, 5 stars from me, definitely. It is really, really good. Digging into our next issue, I believe, Gabe, you have credits for that.
We've got from Image Comics, the Universal Monsters Phantom of the Opera number 3. This is from writer Tyler Boss and artist Martin Simmonds. And I pulled the cover B Julian Totino Tedesco classic horror variant, which is a pretty sick looking one. It's got him with the cape and everything. Yeah. This is the third part of, I think, 4 total in this series. So we're starting to get really towards that climactic point of the series overall. Judah, what were your thoughts?
I mean, it's still the art is fantastic. I think we've talked about this in the prior 2 issues. The art just is nothing we've seen before in comics, and it is pretty amazing. But also, it's just not. I think we've also said this, but it's just not the story that we're familiar with, really.
No.
It's similar, and there's a lot of elements that are exactly the same, but it's different. It's good because it keeps me engaged. And a little on the edge of my seat because it's a horror comic. If we're being honest,
it is.
So knowing what's going to happen in a horror book is probably not ideal.
Yeah,
because you're not going to be scared. You're just going to be, oh well, yeah, we expected that to happen. But no, it is really fantastic. It is engaging. The art deserves a bunch of praise, and yeah, it's different. And there's a really gruesome 2-page of the chandelier falling on the audience, and I was like, whoa, I don't even know what I'm looking at. But it was really well done. I think probably 4.5, maybe 4.75. Excellent. And we have out of 5. And we have I feel every issue this week it was just good.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. I think this was the best issue so far from the Phantom of the Opera series. Like, it went from that kind of claustrophobic feel, which was wonderfully done in the past two issues, and kind of almost pushed the whole thing forward.
Yeah.
And you felt like, I don't want to say rushed because that makes it sound bad, but like almost panicking in a sense, like while you're reading it, as like the events are happening and things are going, and it's like you feel that kind of suspense rising like you would watching a movie.
Yeah.
Almost, where that setup kind of gets you unsafe and unsettled, and then all of a sudden things kick it into high gear and you're like, everything's going wrong. Oh no.
Yeah.
You know? But then also from just the kind of more objective side of things, the way the author and the artist include those familiar elements from the story are just so wonderfully done.
Yeah.
And the spacing, there's a couple flashbacks in it that are well placed. All of that, it's really, that's what I want out of a comic. I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah, it is fantastic. If you haven't yet, I think they have a bunch of other books in the Universal Monsters line, and I think most of them, I think they're all critically lauded. I don't know how their sales are doing, but you should go check them out because I haven't heard, outside of us, I haven't heard anybody really talking about them.
No, and I think they deserve more praise.
They do deserve more praise because they are fantastic. At least this series is fantastically done. That being said, we're going to try something different. We're going to start with, you got to check if you like the video. You have to like the video. If you like the video, you have to not like the video if you don't like the video. So like or dislike this video. Leave us a comment. Don't leave us a comic. Actually, do leave us a comic.
Yeah.
My words, Kirk's trying to have a fit with this. My words are getting fumbled. Leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on any issues we talked about this week or any reading recommendations, or just if you have any thoughts at all. And if you're not yet, subscribe. We would really appreciate that. And we know that there's like 345 of you or something like that watch and are not subscribed, and there's only 51 of you that are subscribed. So, that please help us out a little bit and hit the subscribe button. But that being said, we're going to jump into a news segment.
I know.
Before we, in the middle of the video and not at the end of the video, before we dig into the last 3 issues that we're going to talk about this week. So, Action Comics 1100 was announced for July of this year.
Pretty big deal.
Get excited for that to hit the stands. But if you rewind a few episodes ago, we were talking about and speculating about when we thought Superman was going to return. And you know what the solicitation of this issue says? Superman returns in this landmark issue. So I'm going to say that's a win in our prediction category.
Definitely a dub.
And yeah, Superman's returning. I'm excited. We got a great creative team on this. It's going to end Reign of the Superboys, which has been enjoyable. Supergirl being the weakest link, I think, of those books.
I wonder why.
Wonder why.
It's almost like it's called Reign of the Superboys.
Yeah, and Supergirl is, it's interesting. I'm very excited for Superman's return. And honestly, we know that Legion of Superheroes is coming down the line. We know that a lot of these things that are coming up have to do with Superman going forward. And I'm really interested to see what that's going to be. You know what I mean? And also, the other thing we have announced, it's kind of like a 2-part thing. The Superman 2026 annual is the year 1000, which is the epilogue to DCKO.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had one of those.
And this is gonna he's gonna return in 1100, but this issue will address what he's been doing. So
that's gonna kind of clean up.
Yeah, what's been going on?
That's good.
And yeah, it's just super exciting. It's a win for Off the Record and Comic Stack because we were right. Our bold prediction is correct. And yeah, it's exciting Superman news. And I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the news. Do you have any speculation on this? Do you have any ideas where you think it might go? Or
I don't have a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest. It feels a little soon, in my opinion. I know we predicted it, but that was for obvious sales reasons. And that's obviously why they went for it, is because Superman sells better than Superboys. I mean, he's part of the Trinity.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a little bit interesting to see how they bring him back so rapidly when we've had literally zero development on that front so far in the comics.
Yeah.
So I think they've got good writers on it, so I think it's easily feasible for them to do it. It's just like,
it's still 3 months away at this point.
That is still 3 months,
and he's been gone for
3 issues of each comic.
Will be a grand total of 6 in each of the series, so he'll be gone for half a year.
That's fair.
That is I feel like that's pretty.
That's a decent amount. Yeah.
I think it's going to be exciting. I'm excited
for it. Excited.
I enjoy Superboy Prime, and I enjoy the little time travel stuff they're doing up to in Action Comics. And what's going on in Superman Unlimited is probably the best it's been since its first arc. But I'm ready for my guy to return, Yeah. I'm ready for the Man of Steel to be the Man of Steel.
Real.
All right. But back to what you're here to actually listen to us talk about, which is comics. And another comic we got this week that we kind of teased, I think, in some prior episodes. This is from Image Comics. This is Corpse Night #1 from writer Michael Chaves and artist Matthew Roberts. This is Michael Chaves' first comic as a writer, and he does a fantastic job in here. And the art from Matthew Roberts is immaculate. It is great. Beautiful. It is fantastic. And this book, oh my goodness, it's great. Gabe has a variant.
Yes, I've got the cover B J. Lee variant. It's sick. You get, her name was Foy, I believe, was the main character, and she's kind of riding on her dead dad knight's shoulders. It's an interesting story, guys.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
I think, again, art was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think for a first-time writer of comics, it's really, really well done.
Yeah.
There's no shame there or anything like that. He did a great job given his first comic. Not a whole lot happened in this comic. It was a lot of setup. So it's hard to give it a solid rating for me, because it's kind of like, if depending on what issue 2 does, could make the issue 1 kind of lame, depending on what, or really, really awesome. So I kind of give it in the 3.5 to 4.5 range, sort of, out of it's pretty solid, and the art is good, and I doubt it will be bad in the next issue.
Yes.
I highly doubt it. So I expect even an upward trajectory as we go on in the series.
Yeah.
But I think it's good. I think you should check it out and support the writer and the artist, especially because it's his first comic.
Yeah.
Help him to get into the industry a little bit. I know it can be challenging for creative teams out here.
Yeah, it can be. And I mean, I agree. This is his first comic. It's a really good first comic for this guy. I'm not going to lie. This was it's not the best. Objectively, I think the best issue of this week is debatably between Superman and Phantom of the Opera. The art and the writing, just everything came together in those 2 books is almost 10 out of 10. It's near perfection. This is my personal favorite issue of the week.
That's fair.
I really liked this. This was really fun time, and I'm really excited to see where this story is going with this concept of resurrection and diving into this period of history and some of the Catholic mythology around the saints. And I don't know, it's intriguing to me, and I'm really excited to see where Corpse Night goes. And I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. It's about 8 out of 10 in my book.
Definitely.
But I would recommend checking it out. It's a blast. It's worth your money. Yeah.
I mean, I'll put it this way: as far as for a first-time writer, I would expect them to write something that's 2.5 stars, not 4 stars. You know what I mean? That's to give you the perspective there of how blown away we are by that. This rating of 4 stars isn't because he's a first-time writer, we're bumping it up. It's no, he legitimately wrote a 4-star comic as a first-time writer.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty fantastic.
And you've got our last regular issue for this week.
No, I think you got our last regular issue.
I have regular issue.
Somebody wasn't up to date on what they were supposed to be doing for the show. Ooh.
Absolute Wonder Woman #19 from DC Comics. We've been kind of waiting for this for a little while. by our writer Kelly Thompson and artist Hayden Sherman, the GOAT.
Yes, the GOAT.
Like, literally amazing. Always does beautiful, beautiful art,
Mm-hmm.
and did it again.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it overall?
It's fantastic. One thing we talked about, I think, with issue 17 was like, who is the fire guy?
Mm-hmm.
That being, it was no one we predicted, by the way.
Nope.
It was Giovanni Zatanna's father. What's good, solid. I like what they did there.
Yep.
But just out of left field, not expected that. I guess.
Which is good.
Which is good. I'm surprised. It's overall good. I feel like it's kind of crazy because I feel like most weeks we just have we have 2 good issues and then the rest are garbage, right? If we're honest.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting, this stands out in comparison to the rest of the books that we read, but it's just good. I don't know. There's not really many words to mince about it. It's good. How many times can you say the same sentence over and over again? It's Hayden Sherman's art is immaculate.
Yeah.
Kelly Thompson. There was whatever that comic magazine that's been coming out. It was ranking top 10 writers and put her at 10. She belongs in the top 5.
She's gotta be at least.
She's at least
5. 4 or
5.
5.
She's at least 3 in my book. She is a top writer. She is fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's good, and I'm excited to see how the Trial of the Witches, or whatever the story is called, is gonna conclude in the next issue. Gabe's about to season of the Witches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. It's kind of interesting because I will say in this issue it didn't feel like much happened. Yeah. We went from the weird 3. I still don't understand how the Trionka, whatever it is. The 3. It's the 3 whip thingy from where she combines the whips.
Yeah.
And I still don't fully understand how that works, and so I'm excited to see when they reveal more about it and we get to see why it's bad that she didn't complete whatever its trial thing was. And then does that same bad then also carry over to Zatara because he technically didn't complete whatever the trial thing was? And then now we've got a giant robot.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I mean, who doesn't want to see her fight a giant robot?
Yeah. I just think not much happened in this issue, which leaves a lot to happen in the next one, is my only concern.
Though I do think it'll probably be wrapped up pretty well.
It's going to be wrapped up beautifully. I just think it's going to be a sudden... We're going to have to...
It's going to be sudden.
Pedal to the metal a little bit.
Yeah.
On that perspective.
Yeah.
But overall, still 4.5 stars.
It's good. It's a good issue. Check it out if you're not reading it. Which, if you're not reading Absolute Wonder Woman at this point, what are you doing with your life?
Real.
But that's with true. That being said, I feel like we've exhausted it. 5 stars from me, 4.5 from Gabe. It's a solid issue. All right, going back to the classics. We've been going over the classic issues that make up Batman Year 2.
Yep.
And so this is from Detective Comics number 577, which is written by Mike Barr, with art by Todd McFarlane. And the story continues. And Todd McFarlane's art, anytime you read anything that Todd McFarlane draws, is you just this is great.
It is.
That's what you think.
It's true.
The story it's not bad,
No.
I think if you watch the movie The Mask of the Phantasm, it's a better depiction of basically the same story as Batman Year 2. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And we do still have one more?
I think it's just one more issue of it.
Yeah. And it does kind of feel like we're 3/4 of the way done, kind of.
Yeah.
Gabe, what'd you think?
I liked it overall. It's an old issue, so again, there's a lot more reading to it. If you like reading, then this is for you. If you don't like reading, then maybe not. But that doesn't mean it's not bad. That means actually a lot more of the weight of the story is on the writer in that case, because they have to keep dialogue good. They have to keep interactions between characters good. They have to keep the backstory and the kind of asides that they make with writing. They have to keep that up to Up to snuff?
Snuff.
Yeah. Sorry. Remembering my idioms. And the writer, he does a good job, right? Barr does a great job on it. And you see the story progress nicely. You get to see really well into Batman's mind as he's dealing with this dilemma between, beating the Reaper and the fact that he has to work with the killer of his parents, right? And there is that kind of it's both a moral dilemma, but you also get that personal dilemma there mixed in. And we kind of also get this sense that Batman's own morals are cracking a little bit. I remember distinctly there's a panel in there where he basically promises to kill his parents' killer.
Yeah.
And up to this point, Batman has very clearly been no killing, And then we saw in issue 2, he decided to grab a gun. And then now we see in this issue, he's promising to kill his parents' killer. And it's kind of like, okay, is this a fall for Batman that we're seeing?
Yeah.
And will it be redeemed in the next issue or not?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the cliffhanger we're given there. And it's really good and
it's well done. I think
writing-wise.
It's not, I like the story.
Yeah.
I've seen it executed better.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't think this is like a middle iteration of this story in Batman lore.
Right.
So, but it's not bad, and it's like if they retold it now, I would still be like, oh, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But it's just like I've seen it,
Right.
And maybe that's me being oversaturated with the number of things that are Batman related.
There's a lot
experienced in my life.
There's so many.
But it's just like, yeah, it's like it's like it's not the worst version of this I've seen. It's not the best version of this I've seen.
No.
3.5 on a good day, 4 stars.
That's about what I give it. Yeah. Like it's pretty good, but
yeah,
definitely worth a read if you want a legacy.
That's
classic
true.
Comic.
Now we get to look to next week.
Yes.
Let's see how many pulls Gabe has.
2.
What do you get?
2 pulls. Skinbreaker number 8, which means I guess we're gonna read the entire rest of the series before next week.
Yeah, and then we're gonna just cover it number 8.
Should we? I wonder. Write in the comments. Should we just do a video on Skinbreaker like separate, since we kind of haven't been able to keep up with it as it was ongoing, and all of us, the circumstances just weren't good. Would y'all be interested in that? Let us know. Otherwise, I guess we'll just have to somehow cover 7 comics in a single week in addition to everything else. And then Zatanna number 1, and I'm pulling the Jorge Corona Next Level variant because it looks dope.
All right, you ready for my pull list next week? Get excited because it's really long. Zatanna number 1. Base cover. Jamal Campbell. Really excited for this book. I enjoyed the Zatanna miniseries, and I think have you?
I think I started reading it.
It's really well done.
I'm trying to pull the parts that I don't have yet.
Yeah, but it's Jamal Campbell is an excellent I don't think.
And he's the same writer, right?
Yeah, he's the writer and the artist, which is since John Byrne, I don't think I've seen someone execute that well.
Right.
I've seen people do it.
That doesn't mean
that doesn't mean they've done it well. He does it really well. And I'm excited to see where he's going to go with this, because he's teased that this is going to shake up not just stuff with Zatanna, but the magic world in DC as a whole, digging into the Spectre and Dr. Fate and
some characters we haven't seen in a while.
Some characters we haven't seen in a while, and he, based off of his last execution, of the Zatanna series that he did, I'm excited to see what he does with this series.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I got on tap for next week.
Just that one?
We might just have an entire episode that's just Zatanna.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just be Zatanna number 1. I mean, in that case, we might just do Skinbreaker and then end with Zatanna.
Or Zatanna and then dig into all of
Skinbreaker.
Which is we could do that.
We could do that pretty easily, but I feel like 1-2 issues isn't.
Yeah, it's not
really
gonna.
Worth it.
It's not gonna.
Well, we'll talk through it and get back to y'all on that. You'll find out next week.
You will find out next week. So, yeah.
Keep reading comics, I guess.
Keep reading comics. Good morning, good evening, good night. And Kirk, shout out to you. And Gabe, give us a special beverage shout out.
Special beverage shout out. I'm feeling coffee this morning. If you're drinking well, I guess it's afternoon now. If you're drinking coffee, shout out to you. Sometimes I need a little boost in my day.
Sometimes don't we all? All right.
Agreed.
With that being said, bye-bye.
Bye.